Have you ever tried to break a bad habit? Maybe you promised yourself you would stop. Then somehow you did it again. Do not worry. You are not alone. Breaking habits is difficult because habits become automatic. You often act before you even think. The good news is that habits can change. You do not need perfect discipline. You need a better strategy. First, identify the habit you want to change. Be specific about what you are doing. Do not simply say, I have bad habits. Say, I spend too much time scrolling. Specific problems are easier to solve. Now ask yourself when the habit usually happens. Does it happen when you are bored? Does it happen when you are stressed? Maybe it happens when you are tired. Finding the trigger is extremely important. A habit usually has a reason behind it. You may be seeking comfort. You may be avoiding something difficult. Or you may simply be following a routine. Let us take phone scrolling as an example. Imagine you check your phone whenever you are bored. The boredom is the trigger. The scrolling becomes the automatic response. The entertainment becomes the reward. Now you can see the whole pattern. Trigger, behavior, and reward. Understanding that pattern gives you control. You do not have to fight the entire habit at once. Start by changing the response. When you are bored, do not immediately grab your phone. Pause for 10 seconds. That tiny pause creates awareness. Awareness gives you a choice. Choice gives you an opportunity to change. You can also make bad habits harder. For example, move distracting apps away. Turn off unnecessary notifications. Keep your phone outside the bedroom. Small environmental changes can be powerful. Do not depend entirely on willpower. Willpower becomes weaker when you are tired. A better environment reduces the need for willpower. Make the bad habit inconvenient. Make the good habit convenient. This simple principle can change your routine. Suppose you want to exercise more. Do not hide your workout clothes. Put them somewhere visible. Prepare them the night before. Then, starting becomes easier. You can use the same idea with healthy food. Keep healthy snacks within easy reach. Do not keep tempting snacks everywhere. Your environment quietly shapes your behavior. Another useful strategy is replacement. Do not simply remove a habit. Replace it with something better. If you scroll when stressed, try walking. If you snack when bored, drink some water. If you complain when frustrated, take a breath. The replacement should be simple. It should also provide some kind of reward. Otherwise, the old habit will feel more attractive. Let us talk about procrastination. Procrastination is one of the most common habits. You know what needs to be done, but you keep delaying it. Sometimes the task feels too difficult. Sometimes it feels boring. Sometimes you are afraid of doing it badly. Instead of forcing yourself to finish everything, start tiny. Open the document, write one sentence, work for 5 minutes. Starting is often more important than motivation. Action can create motivation. You do not always need motivation first. This is a common mistake. People wait until they feel ready, but readiness often comes after starting. Another important step is tracking your progress. You do not need a complicated system. Use a simple calendar. Mark each successful day. Seeing your progress can motivate you, but do not become obsessed with perfect streaks. Missing one day does not erase your progress. This is where many people give up. They make one mistake. Then they think they have failed completely. That is an all-or-nothing mindset. Replace it with a return mindset. If you slip, return to your plan. Do not wait until Monday. Do not wait until next month. Start again at the next opportunity. One mistake is not a new identity. You are not your bad habit. A habit is something you learned, and learned behaviors can be changed. Be patient with yourself. Change usually takes repeated effort. You may struggle at first. That is normal. The goal is not perfection. The goal is improvement. Let us talk about late-night phone use. Maybe you stay in bed scrolling for an hour. You know you should sleep, but you keep telling yourself, just 5 more minutes. Then an hour disappears. The solution is not simply stronger discipline. Create a clear bedtime routine. Set a phone cutoff time. Charge your phone away from your bed. Replace scrolling with reading or relaxing music. Make the new routine predictable. Your brain learns through repetition. The more you repeat a behavior, the easier it becomes. That is why consistency matters. You do not need dramatic changes every day. Small, repeated actions can transform your routine. Now let us talk about negative self-talk. This can become a habit too. You make a mistake and immediately criticize yourself. You might say, I am terrible at this. Try saying, I am still learning this. That small change creates a healthier perspective. Instead of attacking yourself, describe the problem. Then ask what you can do next. This turns criticism into problem solving. Here is another useful technique. Use an if-then plan. For example, say, if I feel like scrolling, I will walk first. This prepares your brain before the trigger happens. You already know what action to take. That makes decisions easier. You can create these plans for many habits. If I am stressed, I will take 5 slow breaths. If I am bored, I will read for 10 minutes. If I want junk food, I will drink water first. The goal is to interrupt the automatic pattern. Another powerful idea is identity. Instead of saying, I am trying to exercise, say, I am someone who takes care of my body. Your identity can influence your choices. You begin acting according to the person you want to become. Instead of saying, I cannot stop scrolling, say, I am learning to control my attention. That language feels more empowering. Now let us practice a few useful sentences. Do not say, I have a bad habit of wasting time. Say, I am trying to spend my time more intentionally. Do not say, I cannot control myself. Say, I am learning to control my choices. Do not say, I always fail. Say, I am making progress, even when I struggle. These sentences are not magic, but they can change how you think, and your thoughts influence your actions. You should also understand your weak moments. When are you most likely to return to the habit? Maybe late at night, maybe after a stressful day, maybe when you are around certain people. Knowing your weak moments helps you prepare. Preparation is easier than constant resistance. You can also change your surroundings. Spend more time around people with healthy habits. Their behavior can influence your behavior. Your environment matters more than you might think. If everyone around you complains, complaining becomes easier. If everyone around you exercises feels more normal. Choose your influences carefully, but do not expect yourself to change overnight. Give yourself enough time to adapt. Some habits take longer to change. Others may become easier, surprisingly quickly. What matters is continuing. If you fail, learn from the failure. Ask what triggered it. Ask what you could change next time. Then adjust your strategy. Do not simply promise to try harder. Try to understand what happened. That turns failure into useful information. Remember, bad habits often solve short-term problems. Scrolling can reduce boredom. Snacking can provide comfort. Procrastination can reduce temporary stress. The challenge is finding healthier ways to meet those needs. If you solve the underlying need, change becomes easier. So do not only fight the behavior, understand the reason behind it. That is one of the most important lessons. Let us create a simple 5-step plan. Step 1. Identify the habit. Step 2. Identify the trigger. Step 3. Choose a replacement. Step 4. Change your environment. Step 5. Track your progress. Keep the plan simple. You do not need a complicated productivity system. You need something you can actually follow. Start with one habit. Do not try to change your entire life this week. Choose the habit that causes the biggest problem. Work on that first. Once you gain confidence, work on another. Progress becomes easier when you build momentum. And remember to celebrate small wins. Every time you resist an old pattern, notice it. Every healthy choice is evidence of change. You are teaching your brain a new response. That takes repetition, so be patient, be consistent, and keep adjusting your strategy. You do not need to become a completely different person. You only need to make better choices more often. One choice becomes a pattern becomes a habit, and a habit can shape your life. So start with one choice today. Notice your trigger. Pause before reacting. Choose a better response. Repeat it tomorrow, and then repeat it again. That is how real change begins. You do not have to be perfect. You just have to keep practicing. Your old habits do not control your future. You can learn new patterns. You can build better routines. And you can become more intentional every day. Start small, stay consistent, and give yourself time.